Welcome to the part 4 of the Beastmaster Princess. Let's talk to some people, y'all. Little envelopes. Takara, Liara and Luna. Let's talk to Liara. Liara sits near Gora's tent where he was transferred after Luna took care of him. Luna has so many people to work on right now that she didn't have room to keep him closer. Liara's face and rose are red. I can tell she's been crying. I approached slowly and considered dipping into the tent to check on my father. Do you believe in the beast now? She's ready to fight. I swear if she had sharp teeth she'd be going for my throat. I feel my heart thud painfully in my chest. How many are hurting in ways that can't be seen? I'm sorry, I should never have doubted you. No, you shouldn't have. I'll never forgive myself, not with my father. Liara calms down, her shoulders drop, then she looks away. She sits again and takes in a slow breath. But you should doubt me. You can see through any untruth, and I know that. What are you talking about? I told a half-lie. Meryl didn't fight the beast. He ran and pulled me with him. He asked me not to tell anyone that he was a coward, but we ran, just ran. It's understandable. It hurts to know she'd lied to me when I wouldn't think any differently of her, especially having seen the beast. I know that fighting them without a whole group of warriors would be impossible. Running was the only sane choice, but knowing she'd lied to me about it, it wounds me. I sit beside her anyway. Liara takes my hand. I know she wants to say something, but I need to go first this time. Those beasts are terrifying, and nobles aren't fighters. Anyone in their right mind would run away at the sight of them. I shouldn't have gotten so nasty. I know you're worried about your father. I know. I've always trusted you, Liara. I didn't think you could lie to me. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. I didn't want to, ever. You've always accepted me and made me feel like I matter. She tightens her hold on my hand and leans forward. Kenya, I know you're hurting right now. Is there anything else you didn't tell me? Anything, even something small? No, I swear on my honor as a nomad and as an elf, I have never lied about anything else. I've never omitted anything else, at least nothing I thought mattered. I appreciate that. Laura nods and glances at the tent. I won't leave his side, Kenya. I know you have things to do. Well, stay right here. Your father is an amazing chief and man, and you're going to be an amazing chief too. Sure, little Liara. She doesn't lash out a bit more little this time. She hugs me and I blink a few times. I wrap my arm around her. She snuzzles against my neck. I rub her back slowly further and further down until she squirms. Behave, Kenya. Maybe some distraction is what I need to get through these hard times. You're ridiculous. You say that like you wouldn't like to distract me. Not now. Later then. Laura draws back and traces into my eyes. I wipe her tears as well and stand. As much as I enjoy staying with her and flirting, passing this hard time with something less serious, I have other people to speak to and I can't just sit on the side and put myself first. I'm not that kind of person. Manila envelopes. I slowly approach Manila. She is outside the village, keeping a vigilant watch over our home. She makes it look effortless, like there's nothing holding her back from her focus. She doesn't even look at me as I approach. It's like I just happen to be here in the same space as her. It's all quiet now, no sign of anyone else, luckily. That's good news, at least. You know, you probably shouldn't stay out here alone. I am not alone. I have other warriors patrolling the perimeter and giving me regular updates. I see. Besides, if anyone showed right in front of me now, they're the one that should be scared. I am so angry. I know, Manila, I know. I feel a burning rage inside too, after what happened. There's a noise and Manila instantly draws her sword and points it towards the bush nearby. A desert rat comes out and runs far away. Stupid rats. How is the situation in the village? Miller takes a slow breath like it pains her, but her words are measured. Years of experience sitting behind them as she determines how to answer me. I spoke with many. Half the village warriors got killed. That's hard. It's more than hard. I don't know how to process that kind of loss, especially right now. We can probably defend the village as we are, but we'll need to be very careful if we go on from now on. Do you still suspect Liara? Miller looks at me and I feel the need to defend the question despite everything that's happened. Obviously Shane is innocent, but Liara is too. What I know is that, in the end, Meryl has disappeared to nowhere at all. The village was attacked, Goro is dying. That sentence hit me differently. I fear for my father, but I know that I can't do anything to help him. Manila looks to Liara crying next to Goro's tent. I have no doubt those are honest tears. Liara is truly sad about Chief Goro's condition. I agree. I don't suspect her anymore. That's good, all four of us back together again. I noticed some blood on Manila's cheek. It must be from the battle. I reach over and wipe her cheek. She turns her eyes at me as I wipe the same clean spot again to feel her skin under my fingers. Kenya, am I not allowed to touch you? She watches me and with a soft edge to her eyes, she calms a little and leans into my hand slightly. I'm not used to people taking care of me without no reason behind it. If me wiping blood off your cheek is considered taking care of you, then I clearly need to do more. I'll show you what it's really like. Just come to my tent sometime. Maybe I will. I smile in response and stand with her for a moment longer, enjoying the peace between us. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Of course, I wish you the best for you and your father. Are you going to be here all night? I will be. It's my duty to protect us. I leave her and return to the village. Takara. I approach Takara, but she doesn't look at me. Her focus is on Shane. Even when I join her, she doesn't look away from where he's pacing. He digs his fingers into his shoulder and his face is reddened with fury. I've never seen him so angry before. Yeah, me neither. It must be hurting a lot. What do you think? I know that he lost Lorik. She sighs heavily and nods slowly. As much as I don't trust him or his feelings, he really cared about Lorik. Lorik was more than Shane's friend. Shane is capable of plenty bad, but he would never willingly let this happen. He has nothing to do with this attack. Someone must have spoken. I can feel how true it is that it's deep in my bones. As soon as I say the words, I'm sure. If not Shane, someone else must have said something to someone. You sound very sure of that. Those beasts attacked right when our village was most vulnerable. The timing seems too perfect for it to be a coincidence. Takara pauses for a moment, almost like she's not certain. It's hard to say. Really? It's easy to believe someone said something, but I won't go around being as paranoid as Shane. Some travellers could have noticed the village had less guards. That's true, but wouldn't it bring the beasts? And the beasts could have just come here randomly. They're beasts after all. They aren't as clever as humans. I suppose that's true. Maybe I'm just seeing things the way I want to, so that there's some meaning to all this. That's what's so hard. There isn't always meaning to things that happen. I wish I could say otherwise. Takara rubs my arm gently. She wishes my father well in a few gentle words, and looks at Shane again and shakes her head. I'm curious if she's going to go and comfort him herself, but she doesn't move. I know you're worried. Take my word. I wish my words could change the future. If you suddenly get that power, we're going to have a lot to talk about. With that, I leave her for now. We both have a lot on our mind and need to unpack everything that's happened and is still happening. That's everyone. I tried to get some sleep, and for what it's worth, I do manage for a few hours until Luna rouses me. It's early morning. Dawn hasn't touched the sky. Luna tugs at me again, pulling me up. Goro wants to speak with you. We hurry to his side, but Luna leaves straight away. I look after her for a moment, then focus on my father. The strongest man I've ever known has never looked so weak. It shakes me to my core. I try to hide my shiver and my own fears. This was all my fault. No, father, no. That doesn't make any sense at all. It can wait. Just get He grasps. Yes, eyes shutting tight. I can tell he's close to the edge and I don't have the words to keep him in this life any longer. Let me finish, my child. When we were at Grand Tree, Merrill approached me to talk. It seemed innocent. He asked about Liara, but then Merrill provoked me. He was surprised that we went to Grand Tree with such a huge following for just a half-elf. No. I let it slip that I considered Liara my daughter, that I would risk so much for her. I told him that I would ensure her safety and his for my best warriors. Father, you couldn't have known. It was me who informed him that the Desert Snake's village has so few defences. He has to pause to catch his breath. I hold his hand slightly, pushing my tears back. I must be strong, I must. I lower my head to his shoulder. I would give him everything if only he would live, if only he would fight. Merrill escaped, and then the village was attacked. This is hard on me. I want to ask him questions, but my father slips back into sleep. I cry, letting out as I hold the man I've always had in my arms, the same man that would lift me up, the one that first started training me, always with a smile. I relive every one of our good moments together, holding on to them tightly until my father's wheezing breath stopped. I shake him and shake him again. I nearly call for Luna, but I know my father is gone. I know that our war chief is dead. And I know that I must tell everyone in the village. But I don't know if I should tell them what Goro told me. I don't know if I'm ready to face the question. So for the moment I keep holding him. Father, give me your strength. If you cannot be here to guide me in person, let your spirit show me the way. Chapter 4, Half-Elves. I can't put it off any longer. It's time to share the heavy news with the rest of the village. I gather all those I can find. Luckily, once I share all the information about the meeting with some of the more talkative people in the village, they do the rest of the work. Everyone is worried about my father, so no one complains about the early wake-up call. Once in front of everyone, the only thing to do is gather my courage. I take a deep breath, pulling together whatever strength I have left. Chief Goro has died. Silence ripples out. Then come the whispers. Some people bow their heads, others cry. I know my father meant a great deal to everyone. We need to mourn. I know that. That doesn't exactly make it easier to watch, especially since I'd like nothing more than to break down and join them. If Chief Goro is dead, then I need to step up. I will take on the role of war chief in his wake. Now isn't the time, Shane. We can't wait with the threat of those new beasts coming back. We need someone in charge who always puts the desert snakes first. We need someone who's allegiance to our people, unlike you and your friends. I narrow my eyes and take a step forward. Our people always come first and no one disagrees. It's not my fault you only care about making a name for yourself. You're so blinded by glory that you only think about it in the short term. The short term? Are you kidding me? I'm the one who wanted to keep us here and to protect our people. You were all so determined to chase after the owls and leave the village defenceless. You've clearly forgotten why we did that. Alliances keep us safe in the long run. We need others who can assist us when a problem becomes too big to solve on our own. You're the only one who's too stupid to see that why that would benefit us. Shane goes for his weapons, but Manila steps between us. She narrows her eyes and manages to push us away from each other with only her hands. Despite Shane's eagerness to topple me and my determination to make him eat dirt while I sit on his back, neither of us are strong enough to overcome Manila. I hear a snuffle and then Liara tugs on my shoulders, drawing me back to her. She keeps me from Shane while Manila keeps her eyes on us with the same threatening look in her eyes that a mother would give her wayward children. You two want to duel now? I take in her wet nose and watery eyes. I'd rather mourn, but I refuse to let Shane speak to me that way. Shane opens his mouth. Why? Just to make sure we use another great warrior when we need as many as we could get right now. Shane lifts his head a bit, looking smug at being called a great warrior. Just put aside the election for a new war chief until we find out what really happened. I think that's what everyone wants. After losing Chief Goro, I know that I need time before I can choose someone to replace him. I need to understand all this first. Everyone mumbles and nods along. I hear some of the people speak up. I agree with Liara. I want to know what happened to the chief. We need to know for sure before we move forward. Good thinking, Liara. The excitement from Liara builds and people cheer her name. She simply steps back and squeezes my hand a little. I deflate, the will to fight leaving my system. It looks like Shane feels the same. You and Shane should go talk in private away from all this. You're right. I jerk my chin to the side and see, and Shane follows when I need him behind someone that hurts so we can speak privately. I may not like Shane, but I know he's dedicated to our people. He doesn't always recount his experiences truthfully. He definitely likes to show off the abilities he does have, but I can't forget he's lost someone as well. Two people, considering he's respected and admired the chief as well. Right now, everyone's cautious and hesitant to accept anything new. Everyone is confused and wants answers. What do you want to talk about, Kenya? I could be doing other things. I know, I was with my father when he... Shane watches me in sighs. He moves the back of his neck. We've all lost people recently. I want our people to have order and hope. I want them to have someone to look for answers, but maybe Nora's right about waiting. I'm glad he's willing to persuade our duel. And it's honestly a little surprising he has the common sense to avoid dividing our people over a vote. If we couldn't find common ground, our people would be stronger. I just don't know if I can fully trust him or not. Did your father say anything before he passed on? Anything that will guide us to finding out who did this to him? I watched Shane carefully, looking for any kind of indication regarding what I should do. Should I share what I know? I rubbed my feet in the sand, wishing more than anything it wasn't a choice I had to make. My father always read people better than I did. Revealed Goro's suspicions. He did share something with me as he passed. I don't know if he was entirely there when he spoke though. Our chief was strong, I'm sure he understood what he said. He told me that Merrill approached him to talk, back when they were in the Grand Tree. In the course of their conversation, Chief Goro let it slip that the village was less defended than normal, and then Merrill was gone. Shane's eyes narrow at the implication. Chief Goro worried that Merrill had something to do with the attack, since he disappeared after the information about our village. Shane grits his teeth together tightly and shakes his hand. He grips his bandana with his fingers and places it in front of me. I can see the anger boiling up in him. No one listened to me. I warned you all, and no one listened. I want everyone finally recognise that I know what I'm talking about, and I'm listening now, Shane. I want to make sure that no one else is harmed. We should have listened then, but I can't undo that. I can only focus on how to move forward. Shane stops and looks at me for a long time. It's like he's waiting for me to contradict what I just said. When he realises I'm not going to, his shoulders slump. Even if our chief hadn't said anything at all, I don't trust Meryl's intentions. Neither did the Elder Druid. You picked him at first while I wanted to see the best in people. I didn't want to be right. I apologise all the same. I didn't think you'd actually tell me anything. Thank you for including me in what you've learned. We'll have to do what we can to fix this mess and make our people safe. Absolutely, that comes first before any concern about who is chief. We can't lose anyone else. Shane nods and offers me his hand. It's the first time he's given me any kind of trust. It almost feels like a trap. As we shake hands, I realise there is hurt and determination in his eyes. The same determination and longing for better that fills me. Perhaps we aren't so different after all. We should investigate the owls. Nothing happened until we dealt with them. Before that, we were at peace. We can't make the same mistakes as last time either. So what should we propose we do? Nothing at all? No. I think you and your man should stay here and guard the village. I've seen you in battle, Shane. No one can possibly hope to overcome you, and our people would be thankful to have such defences. Are you saying that because you're afraid of what I do, what's necessary after with the elves? What you won't do? No. I absolutely am. Because this alliance is fragile. I also know this is how to get Shane on board with a plan. The owls will be more than open to Nara's, which is half-elf, and as the child of the chief, it's my responsibility to report Goro's death to Grand Tree. It'll be boring diplomatic conversations. Shane snorts. And it would be a waste of your talents having you here protecting the people and destroying anyone who would take on the village. That's the best option we have. I can't deny you there. My men and I clearly do more to protect the village than anyone else. I shouldn't be tangled up in boring conversations that go nowhere. Exactly. My father always trusted you with protecting our people. Shane nods and we accept this best option. Shane goes to tell his men about the plan while I gather my friends and inform of them of our upcoming journey. Manila, Takara, Leo and Luna. Well, I hope Luna will go with us. She may be needed here more. We're going to Grand Tree to share this bad news with the owls. We need to keep the alliance. Of course, but the village. Shane and his men are going to protect it. I didn't trust him completely, but he'd never do anything that wouldn't hurt our people. Sounds good. I'll be ready to go soon. All of us will be. Luna nods as well. We're a small enough party that we should be able to move quickly, but we shouldn't be strong enough to be able to accomplish our goal. At least that's what I'm counting on. Ideally we will be back before anyone worries with our alliance with the owls, and our alliance with the owls will be strong for it. Before we go to the owls, there's one more thing to be taken care of, tradition to observe, and it's what he would have wanted. My father is always adhered to tradition and he deserves to be at rest. So we set up a funeral pyre to burn his body while we chant and bid him a good rest like he deserves. He's worked hard to provide for us, to give us life for another day, and the chance to fight, to love, to live. But my mind churns, we still have so much to do, a village to rebuild and so many more. I must have to stay strong for my people. Collect his ashes once the fire goes out and then walk into the desert. I give a handful of ashes to Takara, to Luna, to Lara and Manila, and to Shane who also joined us. A few others have shown as well, so I give them a handful too. All who love Goro in life deserve to be say a word to continue his legacy. His respect should be carried on the wind to refill the desert. I hold on to the ash in my hand, thinking of the best word to describe my father. Wise, strong, caring. Manila hesitates, holding the ash tightly to her chest for a moment before raising it up for the wind to take. Honourable. More words pass, and more ash joins the sound. I tremble, not wanting to let go of my father. I look at Shane, not sure what it was saying. One ill word, and I can't promise to remember my place. He takes a slow breath. Great. They all bow their heads. Shane looks to me after a moment. A part of me doesn't want to give the ash to the earth, but I know I have to let my father go. He deserves peace, he deserves rest, and if any part of him lingers, he won't have it. I take a slow breath and raise my fist. The wind laps at my hand. It's eager to deliver my father to his final resting place, the same way it's done for the rest of those who loved him already. It's okay, Kenya. It's time to let him go. I open my hand, loving. The others slowly walk away, but I stand there for one extra moment, just one to exhale. I close my eyes, remember his arms around me. He hugged me so tightly, always finishing with a pat on the back. We have to continue, there's no time for more. There's too much to take care of to make sure he didn't die for nothing at all. We travelled towards Grand Tree. Without the use of the potions the owls gave us last time, it's going to take longer than one night to get there, but I don't mind. I could use the extra time to clear my head. I don't know how I'll be able to focus once we return to the village. All I want now is a distraction from the lingering pain of losing my father. Kunya, are you sure this is the best path? To Grand Tree, yes it is. I mean leaving Shane behind to protect the village. What if he doesn't let us back in? Even if he wanted to, he can never keep all of us out. And I have a feeling he knows that you and Takara could easily take him down if he tried something like that. Takara laughs at the thought, but Nara stops as she narrows her eyes and motions us off the path. What is it? Travellers, but I won't trust anyone on this road anymore. Good thinking, let's hide and see what it is. We have to make sure before we can take any course of action. So we watch as the cloaked people come closer. We can't see their faces, but based on the colour of their cloaks and the way they move, not to mention their physical form. I'm sure they're dark elves. One nearly loses their hood, and Liara nods to me. She knows my suspicions, she knows what they are too. Once they pass beyond where we're hiding, I stand and glare after them. We should follow them. We have to go to the owls and share this news. Dark owls are a problem. They could be heading back towards our village, or they could have plans for our elf allies. It's in our interest to follow them. We can't all go. We have to stay on target to let Grantree know what's going on. We will need their support. Fine. And the rest of you go, and I'll follow after this group. I'm strong enough to take them, and I know when to hide. Takara, be reasonable, please. We don't have time to argue about this. If you're worried, you can come with me, or Manila can. Either way, I'm going after the Dark Owls. They have no business here, and the fact that they're outside of their territory means something. Go to Grantree with Liara and Luna. Be safe on the road and don't let the Dark Owls see either of you. I'll keep Takara from rushing into battle. I don't rush. I shake my head at the two and let's go after the elves. Then I head towards Grantree with Luna and Liara. I worry about it's running into something worse than the Dark Owls. We're even harm from that and seeing another person. Mirth. The elder druid approaches us when we arrive and can see the worry in our eyes. It's like she knows exactly what's happened before I can tell her. Chief Goro has died. I'm sorry to hear that, Kunya. I must ask what happened. Those horrible teachers attacked. We were able to fend them off, but not without casualties. It was horrible. Mirth nods sadly. I've never seen any beast like that before. It must be the Dark Owl's work. Did you find Meryl at all? He has been nowhere to be seen. I know that Liara and Nina are exhausted, so I let them camp to rest. I pull Mirth up to the side, determined to talk about the suspicions my father had. If I can trust anyone, it's an elder druid. My father trusted Grantree, so I will as well. Once I know that Liara and Nina weren't over here, I speak slowly. My father had suspicions about Meryl. He set up an attack on our village after escaping. That is the only time the beast had been seen right after he got free. Mirth is obviously shocked. She blinks a few times and rubs her jaw. I don't know what he gained by attacking the desert snakes. Before I can go into details, I hear Liara start sobbing. Mirth and I look over at her. I rub the back of my neck. Ray, Mirth's brother, hurries over to comfort Liara. I sigh. She's always been empathic, and I'm afraid this is just going to be too much for her to bear. Can you tell me more about Liara? I found her in the desert, and my father adopted her. She was young then. I was just excited to have someone to play with, someone new. I never knew her parents or why she was abandoned in the desert. It was obvious that she was half elf and half nomad. Mirth looks at carefully and wonders what she's thinking. All at once her eyes widen and she calls her brother to her. They disappear on their own. I want to follow to stay in the know, but I'm exhausted after travelling for so long. It's late too. Rather than try to figure out anything else, I go lay down with Luna and Laura at our small camp. It doesn't feel like I've got much sleep at all when Takara and Manila arrive in the morning. Both look troubled, which makes me wide awake. What is it? We spotted Meryl with the Dark Elves. A prisoner again? Luna and share along with my understand immediately. He wasn't tired last time either. It had been a lie, and Luna realised it first. And rubs Liara's shoulders. He was moving around freely. A dark elf settlement in some caves to the east of Grantree. We must have Mirth. We stand in front of Mirth and take a slow breath. I know we're about to get plenty of information, probably more than we want to hear. I had this idea yesterday while looking at Liara's skin. She's half elf and half nomad, but her skin is very pale, unlike nomad skin. Liara looks at her skin and hugs herself. I rub her arms to try and comfort her since I know she's self-conscious. I was feeling uneasy when I met Meryl. I sensed dark energy like demons or dark owls, It was faint, but there. I assumed it was from the dark elf blood on Meryl's clothing, but what if it was coming from Meryl himself? I gasped. My friends stopped talking over each other, putting forth their own ideas. All I can think about is how it's a good thing I didn't bring Shane on this mission. He would have been out for blood right away. Mirth shushes us so she can continue. What if Meryl is half dark elf? No one ever thought about that possibility because dark elves are a minor race. No elf I've heard of would procreate with them, but it's possible. Only a mad elf would do that. I know, but it doesn't matter how it happened. What matters is that it's possible. It would explain everything. Maybe not everything. Would he want to destroy our village? It would explain why he's escaped so easily from his so-called captors. It would explain why he's with the Dark Elves now. It does make sense, but why would Meryl attack our village? We did nothing to him. We were unknown. My friends agree quickly. Then we turn our attention to the elder druid. She shakes her head slowly. That I don't know. I'm unsure. The Dark Elves' target has always been other elves, never monads. They hate us, not you. We may be missing a piece. Bah, they're Dark Elves. They don't need a reason to harm others. Yeah. That's more frustrating than knowing they're after us would have been. Now I keep worrying about whether or not our village is still a target for future attack. It's the worst kind of news to bring back home when people are looking for firm answers. I exhale slowly, not sure what to make of this situation and how to resolve it without putting my people at risk again. Not having answers isn't good enough. We need to know that we are safe in order to be able to move forward. As long as questions about safety and moral remain, we won't be able to do that. So what do we do now? I think we have another problem first. I look at her with confusion. What else could possibly be wrong? What haven't we all talked about? But then I do a head count. I see Mana, Carolina. I don't see Liara. Where is she? She ran away as soon as you two started accusing Meryl. Why didn't you stop her? Did you forget that she's the fastest of all us? I didn't have a chance to get in her way or stop her. I'm not sure how to find her either. She has light feet. She'll be in trouble if she reaches Meryl. We can't let her get that far. I'll take care of it. But I don't want to hear their arguments. Liara is emotional right now, I know that. It might slow her down. I hope it will slow her down. She won't be easy to catch, but after all the time spent hunting and wandering the woods together, I've learned the patterns she normally uses. Also, while I'm not as fast as she is, I'm the one that comes closest to being able to keep up with her. I'm the one who has to go. I apologise. I'll be back. Wait here. Shouldn't we go back to the village to make sure it's protected? Shane is there and he'll protect it with his life. Stay here. I take off into the woods, following the tracks on Liara's feet. She must be distracted. She never made her path so obvious otherwise. I follow broken branches and footprints. It's almost too easy. While that's good for me, it's bad for her. I'm not the only one who could potentially end up following her out here. My fears are confirmed as I realise she's going east, right to the edge of Grand Tree territory. This makes it twice as dangerous. I don't want to head into an area occupied by Dark Elves. Alone, there's no way I can defeat them and bring Liara back in one piece. What is she thinking? Hours pass, it's getting dark and her tracks are getting hard to spot. I haven't lost them yet, but I need to decide if this is something I can afford to pursue. I pause as I consider my options. I know that there are Dark Elves out there and that Liara could be in serious danger. We also know that my people can't afford any more losses. If I die because of her recklessness or because I'm pursuing her recklessly, I have two options. Since going back at this late hour will be next to impossible. I can wait for Liara here or continue on, find her and drag her back, hoping that I don't use those traps to get caught in the process. Either way, the risk is high. I don't know what the Dark Elves are up to, and I certainly don't bring gear to safety camp out, but with limited options, what am I going to do? Set up camp and wait here. I'm exhausted. I won't be able to get much farther without passing out. Running through a forest and trying to keep up with Liara when it's dark is impossible. I don't have night vision. The terrain's so difficult from what I'm used to as well. I can't risk myself while trying to get her back. She made her choice at a certain point. I have to let her live with it. The more I think about it, the more I realise that's the only one sensible option. I set up as much as I can, making some more fire, hoping that I'll see it and that she'll actually come back. The fire alone is a risk, but I have to take it. It should keep any curious animals away. Give me my best chance at making it through the night. I lay down a little further away from the fire than usual so that I might have some warning if someone does come. I've set up a few branches around me, different places, and covered them with leaves to function as an alarm system. I don't know how well it will work, but with my luck I won't have to find out. As my eyes grow heavy, the sounds of the forest all sound different and strange. They're probably the same as usual, they're just more unsettling when I'm alone. I can't keep my eyes open for much longer. I slowly give in to my exhaustion, leaning back. I lay down and let out a heavy breath. Sleep feels good, it's pleasant, empty. It's almost like my body's asleep, but my mind is awake and still there at the fire, still looking around and keeping me safe. Are you trying to let everyone you know you're here with that fire? I sit up immediately, I look around, one hand on my weapon. Liara comes into the firelight. She scratches all over us, panting heavily. I jerk myself up from the ground to go to her. I hold her quickly and hold her shoulders in my hands and look her over. She's in one piece, not bleeding too badly. Once I know she's not in any kind of emergency, I turn my angry eyes on her. What were you thinking, Liara? Running away when you know that there are dark hours will clearly cause you harm. How could you do that to us? Everyone was blaming Mirror. I found it was my fault too. How could it be your fault? I'm mixed race too. I sigh and shake my head before pulling her into fire, making her sit down. Liara shoves at my hands. I know what people think. I know it. Shane's never been quiet, and other people look at me with judging eyes. They know it's my fault that the village was attacked and that we even met with Merrill in the first place. No one thinks that. If they do, they're stupid. You say that because we're friends, but I was the one who pushed for the marriage. I'm the one that forced this to happen. If I never asked Chief Goro about it, we would never have gotten involved and he'd be alive. The village would be safe and we'd never have heard of Merrill. It's my fault. All of it is. She starts to cry again. I recognise the anger in her face. If she could physically fight herself, I think she would. She wants to be punished and blamed. She wants to be able to fix things, but none of us can go back in time. I get to sit down and wrap my arms around her shoulders, pulling her closer to me. Liara cries a little and then presses her face to my neck. I never wanted any of this. I know, Leo, you couldn't see the future. You didn't know any of this would happen. And now it's caused so much damage. Just rest here with me. You'll feel better in the morning. She scoffs if that's impossible. Sleeping always had a way of helping us sort our thoughts. You'll see then that you had no hand in the situation. Merrill could have said no. He could have gone forward with the marriage or backed out. Anything he did is on him and him alone. Lara doesn't answer. She just lays down, putting her head on my lap. We'll head back to Grand Tree tomorrow after we've both gotten some rest. It'll be okay. Lara watches the fire crack. We used to be so close, but right now I feel that there is a desert between us. I can't reach her even when she's right here with me. I guess you're right, there's nothing to do but sleep. Thank you, Kunya. I dressed her so that we can stay warm and fall into an easy sleep, but anytime Liara moves, I wake up, sure she's going to run again, but she never goes farther than I can touch. It'll take some getting used to it, except that she's not going anywhere right now. Once Liara and I are back in Grand Tree, it's already morning. We rejoin the others. We don't talk much about what happened, especially since Mirth calls her forward. We stand in front of her expectantly. No one knows about Merrill being Dark Elf. Let's keep it that way for now. Why didn't you and Ray tell the other elves? Because Merrill is a noble and our theory is rather crazy. Also, it's not best to spread words since it's possible he could find out. Then what is the plan right now? It's going to be difficult to bring Merrill to justice, accusing him of anything so terrible. Being a dark elf, sabotaging the marriage, causing the death of the chief. We're going to need undeniable proof, or we're the ones that will face the backlash. Right now we have to be careful. If the only people who know about this are right here, and Merrill doesn't know that we saw him in the dark elf camp, we could use that to our advantage. We may be able to lure him out, lead him into a trap somehow, and make him confess. Mirth considers that. Takara and Melinda mumble something all to one another. Nina nods, but stays silent as if she doesn't have any way to add to the idea. Then Liara steps up, her chin high. I could be bait. I hated the idea immediately. I don't want her in danger. I could travel back to the last place we saw Mara and convince him that I want to destroy the owls and nomads too. I'll convince him that I don't feel like I belong to either the nomads or the owls, and that I want to see both races fall. As she speaks these words, memories start to flood my mind. Memories of nomads bullying her since she was young. That's too dangerous. He'd never believe you either. You're terrible at lying, Liara. You don't know me well then. Luna rubs her head gently as if it will keep Liara here, but I know it could work. Honestly, it's the best plan we have, and she's the perfect candidate. She's half elf too, so he might just believe her. Boo, 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 boo. As for lying, Liara had always been pretty good. Maybe the others don't know, but I do. One memory in particular flashes through my mind. Liara and I were practicing our sparring. I struggled to keep up with her as she flitted around camp. She'd gotten faster in the last few years, and even though she wasn't strongest, it was hard to get a hand on her. I found her near the medical supply area and grabbed her. Kenya? We laughed as we kept falling around, wrestling and teasing each other. We were teenagers and still glued at the hip. But then Liara tried to kick and miss. She hit the table. At least 4 vials of precious potions fell to the ground. The sound was terrible. We left the area and ran right to my father, who glared down at us. He glanced at the potions on the ground and his teeth clenched. Those potions took 2 weeks to make. Our ingredients could only be found once a year. Who did it? I started to answer, but Liara steps up. It was Shade. He was wrestling with us. When we wrote them, he ran off before he could. My father looked at me, unable to see Liara's face as she clung to me. But I could see her big eyes were hopeful and pleading. She mouthed, please. I knew lying was wrong, but Shade could absolutely do something like this, and Liara was still dealing with bullies. She didn't need more problems. Was it Shane? Of course, he's right over there. But my father kept staring at me. I finally nodded and he stormed off to go talk to Shane while Liara hugged me. Liara isn't just good at lying, she's also good at convincing others to do what she wants. Can you say something? I don't like it, but it's probably the best way to get him to come out. Liara's right. But if you're determined to do this, I'll go with you. If you're with me, they won't believe it. Not if I go as your prisoner. If you take me hostage, it'll be more believable. If you betray one of your friends, you can betray any nomad, right? This just gets worse and worse. She's right, and you'd have backup just in case. That's dangerous, so I'll go as well. Mirth's face changed ever so slightly. I can feel how much none of us like this plan. We don't want those we care about in danger, but we're all in danger whether we want to admit it or not. I just like this. We can find another way. This is the best way. Takara and I won't really be tied up, so if things go badly, we can protect Liara and escape. That's if I leave any of the protecting to you. Ray laughs, and I can already see the start of a friendship there. Fine. Having one of the best nomad warriors and one of the best of elf assessors will make Liara more believable, and they'll protect each other. Ray, Takara, and Liara work on the Pacifics for a while before we settle into camp. We're all tired and no one will do anything until tomorrow. I'm still not entirely happy, especially since the rest of us don't get to know what's going on. But I knew that following up on this would result in hard choices. As everyone settles in, the night falls. I can't seem to calm down. I look for someone to talk to so I can help me ease my nerves by helping others. God, I can't be asked to talk to anyone. Chapter 5, The New Chief. The next day, I watched restlessly as Liara and Takara leave. I know that they are our best shot for success, but I still don't. The danger is so high, I take a steady breath to calm my nerves. Hang on a second. Nasal spray. Oh god. Calm my nerves. Mirth joins us after a short time, her red hair brighter than even the morning sky. Kenya, Luna, and Manila, please come with me. She has a small escort of owls with her, all of them women. I glanced their way before moving towards Mirth. I don't understand. There isn't enough time, we need to move now. I looked to Luna and Manila. They not silently agreed to go along with whatever Mirth needs. The three of us joined her and take haste potions in order to travel quickly. On the way, Mirth explains that we're headed towards the border of Grandtree, close to where the Dark Elves are camped. I don't know if I'm the only one that has noticed that Mirth still hasn't told us what we're doing as far away from the camp or why we're headed in this direction. It doesn't matter what I ask, she just keeps saying we have time constraints. When we arrive, finally, she takes a slow breath and turns to face us. There have been some developments regarding the plan. That's all she gets out before a Dark Elf steps forward with an escort by his side. I don't recognise the man, which isn't a surprise since I don't make a habit of befriending Dark Elves. But considering he is dressed as noble, actually more than noble, I have some guesses even before Mirth makes any introductions. Tobar. I wink a few times. Tobar? Dark Elf Druid Tobar? Why are we meeting with such a person? Mirth, I'm surprised to see you. I didn't believe you'd come. It's difficult to be near demonic creatures like Dark Elves, but I can only control my feelings. It's obviously he doesn't like the answer. His eyes heat with anger and he takes an accusing step towards Mirth. I don't understand his anger, but my hand rests on the handle of my weapon at my hip. I'm careful not to draw it, but that doesn't mean I'm not ready to. If it comes to that, I won't be caught unaware. We are also owls, or have you forgotten? You are doing harm to this forest just by being this close. I can feel the way the forest life answers. They're going to fight if someone doesn't get involved. The last thing we need is more animosity between all of our races. Tobar, did you summon us here? Why did you want to meet? He looks away from Mirth, taking us in, and then exhales slowly. I can see him calm a fraction. I heard about what happened with the Prince Merrill and the beasts. Mirth and I exchange a look. I want to be clear, this is not a plot coming from the Dark Elves. They have not sanctioned this. There is, however, a faction of Dark Elves that have split off from us and moved into the mountains nearby. While I can't be certain, I think they are more likely your culprits. I see. I assure you that none of the Dark Elves from my village, the ones that call this desert home, would take part in a plot that would incite open war. Take your revenge on the faction if you must, but see that the violence stops there. I'm sure he's talking about the faction that Merrill was working with. Please wait here while we discuss this. I guide our group to the side and look at the other women. Tobar seems to speak the truth, but should we tell him about our plan? Could he help? No, he has no reason to know. I think we should consider it. He seems to be against them, and I do think he's being honest, maybe. His allegiance is to own people, no matter what he says. I nod. Then we agree not to trust him. Even though it's a consensus we write about, I begin to have my doubts as we head back towards him. Tobar seems to expect something from us. The safe bet is to say nothing, but what if we're missing out on a strong ally? One that can tip the situation in our favour. I don't know what the right call is, but right or wrong, it's time to make one. You plan for yourself. Even though I'm inclined to trust Tobar, or at least give him the opportunity to prove himself to me in Mirth, I keep my mouth shut. The group has decided that he is not trustworthy. I want to believe the best, like Luna, but we can't take risks with our people and our allies, especially considering Mirth's own brother is one of those who have gone to infiltrate the faction of Dark Elves. If something bad happens to Ray because of the decision I make, our alliance with the Elves could completely fall apart. Mirth steps forward, looking Tobar over. How do we know we can believe you? I'm not sure that I do, considering all the Dark Elves have spoken to hold you in the highest regard. I can't see them turning against you. If any Dark Elves dare to attack Grandtree, there will be repercussions. I came here to clarify the situation, and you think it's just that I receive threats in return? I thought we were past this. If we were past this, we'd be living in peace. And the elves I serve have not attacked your kind in a long while. Where is the basis of these accusations? The fact that you were born with demon blood in your veins is enough to mistrust you. We cannot help how we are born. We are people of circumstance. Your outdated thinking will ruin you. That's enough. There is no reason to get so heated right now. Mirth, let's return. Tobar, thank you for your time and explaining the situation more fully. He looks at all of us, nods, and lets us leave. As we head back, I keep wishing I would have spoken up when I had the chance. Perhaps we could have learned more if we'd just given some information in return. We returned to Grantry. Nearly 4 days passed, even with the use of the haste potion, and I'm exhausted. Manila and Luna lie down, and Mirth excuses herself to do the same. As I lay down, all I can think about is how Liara and Takara are. If they are safe, if they are still confident in the plan, how are they feeling, and do they know that they're in my thoughts? The morning brings no answers. I pace around on camp until Luna blocks my path. She looks determined, even if it's her own soft and approachable way. I know what she wants from me, but I can't relax. I need some kind of update. You must calm down, Kunya. Travelling that far by foot will take them at least a day. Convincing the Dark Owls will take some time as well. It's unlikely they'll come back when I have any news before. At least 3 or 4 days have passed. I understand your logic and I'm not faulting it. I can't do nothing. Luna nods slowly, then smiles. You're one of action. I think you're right. I'm too excited, agitated maybe. I feel like I needed to do something to help them. This isn't easy on me either, but we have to believe in our friends, to trust that they'll be okay. In the meantime, you should come with me. She doesn't explain much more than that. She just says that a distraction will be good for me. She's right, of course. My current mental state helps no one. Even so, I still have my concerns. I feel like I shouldn't leave the camp, just in case something happens. At the same time, a distraction does sound nice, especially if it means time with Luna. Staying Grantry. I appreciate what you're trying to do right now, Luna, but I'm not in the mood for distraction. I think we should stay, just in case some news arrives. Luna sighs and pats my arm. She shakes her head slightly and then leaves me be. I would love to spend time with her, but I have to prioritise the mission that I approved of. A few hours later, Manila approaches. I spoke with Nav and Scout. They said that something happened near the border. I'm worried that it might be about Liara. Manila doesn't need to say anything else. Together we race over. My Mirth is hoping to get some answers. I feel like there's nothing happening in Grantry that's not aware of. It means she should know what's happening right now. I expected you two to show up once our scout returned. What can you tell us about our friends? What did your scout see? Some dark owls raided some of our settlements along the edge of the forest. That's what has been reported anyway. Manila and I share a look. After meeting with Tobar, it's definitely concerning. It must be the other faction that Tobar mentioned, the same one that Miro was working with. Indeed, they came from the east, from the mountains, not from the northeast where Tobar's village is. I think it's a safe assumption. Which also means that on some level, Tobar is more trustworthy than the prince had previously welcomed into their village, but what's done can't be undone. I'm worried about these fights. They could place our group in an even more greater danger, and Liara is already taking on so much risk. Manila clears her throat, finally speaking up after considering everything that has been said. That might not be the case. Liara convinced the Dark Owls by using these recent fights to her advantage. Maybe she used them as a cover to escape with her prisoners. Liara may not be the first to rush into battle, but she has good mind and knows her strengths. Mirth sighs. I'm sure she's worried about her brother and the dangerous position we've found ourselves in, trying to form a fake alliance with the Dark Owls. I only hope Ray will be safe and that he will maintain his composure. I nod and almost move to rub her shoulder. I want to bring her peace, but I wonder if that is too hard a dream just now. Mirth heads back, and I want to wait any other updates and Luna returns. Manila and I fill her in as we work on making a simple meal around the fire. Another day where I'm unable to keep my own. I can only hope that Shane is taking care of the village, that Liara will succeed, and that we can go home. Maybe then our main focus can be on selecting a new chief so we can live out the rest of our days in peace, the kind we knew before all of this. 2 more days pass without news. It has me on the edge. All we know is that there are more dark elf raids. Lack of information eats at me constantly. How am I supposed to focus on anything but my friends when there is silence? By the second day, even Luna and Manila are growing restless. Manila keeps cleaning her weapon and polishing it. Luna is insistent on making as many potions as she can to restore health and prepare for whatever state we might find our friends in. But once we've done everything we can to distract ourselves, there's only the waiting left. Manila glares at the horizon if she can make news suddenly appear while Luna fiddles with her fingers. I pace. I can't sit still. If news is coming to us, we need to go seek it out. Even a rumour is better than nothing. I agree, Luna. Luna nods and follows us. Mirth approaches us on our way out of camp, looking resolute. She's either made some kind of decision or has got news. Either way, I want to be included. Need to be included. She leads me into a private room to speak openly. As I walk into the room, I couldn't help but be amazed at the breathtaking view before me. The room is elegantly carved inside a tree with large windows that let in plenty of natural light. The furniture is exquisite, with intricate designs and a warm, inviting feel. I can't wait anymore. There's too much we could be missing. I'm worried about Ray. I'd say your concern is valid. Turning, I see Meryl and Liara. Meryl looks as high and mighty as ever, as if we're merely bugs in his path. I narrow my eyes at him and Liara. After so many days, this is how we get the news? I would advise you to listen closely, and then let us pass once you've heard what we have to say. None of us speak. We're all focused entirely on Meryl. We have a nomad and an elf prisoner, and we're going to kill them if you don't do exactly as you're told. Anger shines in Mirth's eyes. I can see her attempt at restraint. Hopefully Meryl doesn't see the shine of worry in her eyes. Of course, even if he does, he'll just assume that she's worried about Ray, not worried about our plan. Our gaze focuses on Liara. Her face is expressionless. There's no trace that she's enjoying this the way Meryl seems to be, but she's not giving us any hint she's on our side either. There's no secret word we set up, and she certainly doesn't look happy or bothered to be in this position. She's completely impassive. Am I really so sure that she hasn't been working with Meryl this whole time? If she has been, then all we did was give them 2 prisoners they would have had otherwise. This could be a terrible mistake on my part. Either way, we have to act surprised that they have prisoners. We can't let on that we know who they are and why they've been captured. How could you do this to me, to your family? You're really willing to betray both ours and nomads this easily. For what? A man? Meryl's lips curl at my tone, but he lets Liara answer. I was never accepted by the nomads and the owls. They never cared. They abandoned me in the desert as a child. I owe them nothing. That's the fault of one elf, not the entire race. How is my betrayal any different from you exiling all of the dark elves from the forest? Clearly that was not one elf's doing. You know nothing of our history. It's presumptuous to assume anything. We trusted you, Liara. We loved you like our own. That's a lie, and you know it. It was always different. I was always different. You always called me little, and I saw the lack of trust in your eyes, Manila. Manila covers her expression well, but I can see a flash of hurt and guilt there. Luna stays silent, just watching it unfold. This is ridiculous. I'm hurt, Liara. I can't believe you can betray us so deeply and side with a man you just met. Enough. The accusations are going nowhere at this point. Just leaping into a circle. We're not making any progress at all, but I feel like we've lost Liara. Is it really just acting? Maybe this was too much for her. Maybe we were wrong for sending someone so torn about her heritage. Perhaps that was her goal all along, from the second she discovered Meryl and the opportunity he could provide. Maybe Lara has finally found where she feels she belongs, and it's not with any of us. You may tell them. When I arrive with Ray to kill her, I confess the plan to Meryl. I gasp, and Mirth does as well. How could she? Why would... She is lost to us. You betrayed our tribes, our species, all of us. How could you? We trusted you. It was your plan to begin with. We don't know you. Lara laughs and turns to Meryl. He smiles very silently. It's like expecting this reaction. Meryl's eyes dance with joy, but he and Lara are so out of place. The knife in my chest glows deeper at such a betrayal. Oh, I also gave them all the information. Ray is useless now that she's tied up properly, and in case she still thought I had any loyalty to you. We threw them both in prison. They should be perfectly uncomfortable there while they think about who they should trust from now on. Assuming they'll survive long enough to trust anyone ever again. I can't believe this. She's so unrepentant. Meryl smiles. No true friend will subject those who care about to that. Okay, that's it for this session. Join me again soon for more Beastmaster Princess. Have a good day now. Bye.